How to play Cluedo, the two-player version. Now, Cluedo is usually a 3 to 6 player game, but what if I told you there was a way to play it with only 2 people? Now, this is not explaining how to play Cluedo, this is just explaining how to make some changes to the game to make it playable for only 2 people. So if you do not know how to play this game, it is highly recommended that you go and read the instructions or watch another video on how to actually play. Still set the game up like usual by putting the characters on their corresponding start spaces and the weapons scattered around randomly in each random room. Like you would in a standard game of Cluedo, separate the suspects' weapons and rooms, and shuffle all 3 piles separately, select one from each pile, put them in the solution bag, and shuffle the rest of the remaining cards together. Before dealing out the cards, it is very important that you place one card in each corner rooms that have secret passages. So in case the 4 corner rooms, to place one card underneath the study, one card underneath the conservatory, one card underneath the kitchen, and one card underneath the lounge. Deal out the rest of the cards to you and your opponent like you would normally do in a standard game of Cluedo. The rest of the game is played like you would normally do, but when a player moves into a room that has one of the corner cards, they may secretly look at the card. In this case, it would be the dining room, so they would put the card back and mark off the dining room on their list as well as making a suggestion. At least this way, if your opponent says that they do not have any cards that you've guessed, it's not a dead giveaway what the crime is because there are still 4 cards in each corner rooms for you to try and find out. Once you think you've solved the crime, you may make an accusation, state who you think the killer is, what weapon they used, and where the crime was located. You may then move the corresponding token weapon into the specific room that you think that it is. You may then look at the solution cards without showing your opponent. If you have guessed all 3 correctly, you can drop the cards on the board and you win the game. If you guess incorrectly, then you hold the cards up like this. Your opponent has to make an accusation on the spot. If they guess it right, then they win. If they also get it incorrectly, then the murderer gets away with the crime and you both lose. So for the people out there that don't have a third person to play and you're like, darn, we can't play Cluedo because there's not a third person, you absolutely can play this with 2 people. By using these rules, you can play Cluedo with just 2 people.